We're out here today in one of the most affordable communities in the Boise area with homes as low as $350,000. And we'll talk about how you could possibly buy with $0 down. So we're gonna tour 2 homes, but not only are we gonna tour them, we're going to share a bunch of first-time homebuyer information, which on this channel separates us from a bunch of the other channels out there. Our goal is to educate you guys in all the different communities, the different home options, and the Boise area in general, and also to try and build relationships with all of you. So not just be here when you need to buy, sell, or move, but help you all along the way. So first, we're gonna go across the street and tour the home over here, and then we're gonna finish on this 3-car garage home, which is slightly more affordable than the first home we're gonna tour, so stay tuned for that, and let's head across the road.
Okay, we're here at home number 1, but first we gotta do rock, paper, scissors.
What are we tied?
I think
Close
we're
to
tied now. I think
Yeah,
we're tied
yeah.
now, so,
All
yep.
right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Dang it.
Alrighty.
For those of you that don't know, me and Jesse do rock, paper, scissors, and the loser has to sit behind the camera and man the camera, so.
So you get me
Something fun we
today.
do, yep, you get Jesse today on this video. Here at home number 1.
But yeah, home number 1, Hayden Homes. We've shown them before. One of our favorite entry-level affordable builders out here, from custom to finished, available, ready to move in right now homes. And this particular one, probably one of their most popular single-level floor plans.
Yeah, it's a good size, but also Hayden Homes, as you guys, the reason we're here is it's some of the most affordable homes out here in the Boise area, so going to be great for you first-time home buyers. Or even, this is like good for those of you who are in a resale home and you want to just slightly upgrade to a new construction home with a little bit bigger size. This one's perfect. Yeah,
exactly, and we'll kind of touch on some, you know, first-time home buyer or maybe even second-time home buyer that don't really remember the process. Some tips and tricks in terms of that. But as far as the home goes, yeah, this one is 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. This one had the extra bedroom addition, so that's what's nice when you custom build with Hayden Homes, is there are some structural changes you can make to kind of optimize it for what you or your family's needs are. And this one has the extra bedroom up front.
Yep. Yeah, that extra bedroom makes a big difference. And
yeah,
as we go through the house, we'll talk to you guys about all the changes you can do, how even if these houses aren't for you, how you can build this in, there are 10 different communities all over the valley, and some of the different price ranges as well. So
yeah, let my eyes adjust. It's finally a nice sunny warm day.
I know, thank goodness.
Yeah, yep. But anyways, right off the entry, and this is something that almost every client we've walked through a Hayden home or other homes in this price range loves, is this wide hallway. It might be 6 feet, or I'm sorry, 6 inches, maybe a foot.
Yeah, will you put your wingspan so they can kind of see a gauge?
But it actually feels way bigger, more welcoming, more open than if it was even just 3 to 6 inches less, like some of the other homes.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite things about Hayden Homes, and I live in a Hayden home too, so I can vouch for it being the quality, and you guys will see as we go through. But that hallway was a big selling point for us.
For sure. Yep. But yeah, off the front in this particular floor plan, you have 2 guest bedrooms here with the shared bathroom. Again, this orchard that's available and for sale right now had this one being the 4th bedroom. The standard orchard floor plan would not have this here, and it'd actually be a covered little front patio. But this one does have 4 full bedrooms.
Yeah, and Jesse, really quick, do you want to explain to them the difference between this, which is a quick move-in home, versus if they built themselves? Yeah,
great question. So quick move-in is exactly like it's named. So it's available, it's finished, and you could close in what we'd expect a standard 30-day give or take closing. So if you needed to find a home right now, essentially, or in the next 1 or 2 months, looking for some of their quick move-ins or coming up homes would be a good fit. If you have a little bit more time, maybe 6, 8, 12 months, building a custom home would be an option, and how that would look compared to just finding an existing home for sale like this one is you would go to these communities with your agent, obviously with us if you choose to, and see what lots are available, pick the lot that works for you, pick the floor plan that works for you, make any structural changes, so adding bedrooms, adding windows, maybe changing the bathroom layout, maybe adding a 3rd bay garage depending on what the community and lots allow, and customizing the floor plan you want to your needs, and then of course starting the building process from there.
Yeah, and then Jesse, for those that maybe are in like a 3-month time period or a 4-month time period, I know we get this question a lot where people have a lease for their first home, they have to get out of it in June. What do they do in that situation?
Yeah, exactly. So when we first meet with people that possibly have a custom build opportunity in their plans, we ask, again, are you renting? And if so, what does it look like at the end of your lease?
Yep.
Can you go month to month? Can they extend it 3 months, 6 months? So obviously having our clients understand that is super important. But ideally, if your landlord or apartment complex allows you to go month to month after your lease ends, then we should be able to make a custom build job work. Or if it's vice versa, maybe your lease is, you just signed a 12-month lease and you're finding a home right now or want to build one over the next 6 to 8 months. A lot of times we might be able to negotiate some sort of concessions from the builder or the seller to cover paying out the rest of your lease, so you don't necessarily have to pay rental and mortgage and have any overlap there.
Yep, exactly, yeah. And for those of you who are in June or July timeframe, say it's 3 months out, there's actually 3 homes in this community that will be finished in July. And so you can buy them right now and time out that lease perfect. And so every community is going to have something very similar to that.
Yeah, and what I love with custom builds with a builder like this or some of the other ones that we've shown is you're not paying a mortgage right now. So if you start your build process right now, you're not actually paying your mortgage until it's completed and you get your keys and a little bit after that. So I know that's been a question that we've been asked a lot is, well, if we start a build job at 6 months out, like how much do we pay over the 6 months? And you're not paying a mortgage until you actually own the home.
Yep, exactly, yeah. So we'll go through this house to give you guys, not keep you waiting too long, but as we go through this house, we'll guys give you more and more tips and things that are good to know about buying your first house or even your second, so.
Yeah, yep. But again, great quality with Hayden Homes. It's higher level carpet. It's not just your builder grade where you walk in and it feels like an old crunchy rug.
Yep.
Tall ceilings, the LED lights. So you're getting a great value for an affordable home, but something that you don't need to come in here gut completely and start to upgrade. These particular ones and this one that we're walking through has really all the finishes that you'd probably upgrade anyways.
Yeah, very classic upgrades. And then another key thing you guys will see as we go through the house with Hayden, their signature is they have these rounded corners. So unlike other builders that have, very square corners, Hayden does these nice rounded corners and it really gives kind of more of a luxury feel for a more affordable price, with homes in here, like we mentioned at the beginning, starting all the way down at $350,000 for brand new homes. So lots of cool little things there to make your house feel more expensive than these affordable homes are.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't obviously feel it in video, but as we walk through, this is really nice vinyl plank flooring. Again, I mentioned the carpet's good quality, higher than just a standard basic builder grade. So very good finishes. And then this would be the other third bedroom. So a little bit smaller since they have 4 bedrooms in this 1,900 square foot floor plan. But if you need the extra rooms for multiple offices or multiple kids' rooms, this would be a pretty good plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you head into the living area, and one thing I love about Hayden single family homes is they always have these beautiful vaulted ceilings.
Yeah, it feels larger than 1,900 square feet. Part of it is this great room is really spacious for the size and price of the home, and the vaulted ceilings is nice too. But one thing, I would say is maybe a downside to Hayden for some is you could always change the color scheme, but they're not as modern as some of our other builders out there. So if you're really looking for something as close to modern as possible at the 500,000 or below, Hayden might not be the best fit, but you could of course build it out where it's all white with white cabinets or black splash of touch color here and there. But overall, I'd say it's more of a benefit for most people. When you walk through these homes, it feels more welcoming, it feels more warm, it feels more like a home than some of the modern ones, which are 90-degree corners, all white, very, very neutral color palette.
Yeah, Hayden's a much more traditional
Yes.
style. And it's very unique. Hayden, I think, has one of the most unique styles that separates themselves from other builders, where every other builder, they all pretty much look kind of the same, especially when you're in these, you know, lower end spec homes.
But yeah, again, this one's finished out with probably all the upgrades you would want. Stone countertops, backsplash all the way up to the cabinets, the gas stove and range, which is great. So yeah, this one being move-in ready, again, you wouldn't really need to come in here and plan to make any changes. It has, you know, pretty much everything you need, and for the floor plan, a very popular one, even a true walk-in pantry, so plenty of space, even for a 1,900 square foot home.
Yeah, and they don't have it in this house, but an upgrade I love that they have is you can put a little wine bar right there. So it'll have extra cabinetry, more counter space. They don't have it in this one, but is a really nice upgrade option for this floor plan.
And then you do have full little dining area. Obviously, Brady, watch your head. I'm tall enough.
You're
to
tall
hit
enough,
it, so,
yeah.
It's
So
eye level
hit
to
me in
you.
the chest, yeah.
But also a really cool, nice little covered patio here. So a nice touch for these homes to have that outdoor space with the slider.
Yeah, and then let's talk about this really quick.
Sure.
So this worker here is bulldozing some of this mud, and you guys might be able to see all this water. And so I think this is one of the few concerns in the Boise area is the clay material, the crawl spaces, and then you combine that with the water. Would you explain some of the things?
So there's areas of high water tables, which means the groundwater is a little bit high. It's not on the surface, but instead of 20 feet deep, maybe it's only 10 feet deep where you first hit water. Or there's areas where the dirt doesn't drain as well, so it holds water on top. Like the last couple of weeks, we've had almost nonstop rain, so everything is pretty saturated, and like we can see over there, there's a lot of water on the surface. So those are some of the potential concerns out here, and most homes here do have crawl spaces. Ways to mitigate that is drainage, and it's something that Hayden Homes is doing. And I don't quote me on this, but I believe in all their communities is doing a foundation ditch and drainage to help prevent any sort of water intrusion. It's not a extreme fear, just something to be aware of. So, every once in a while popping your head into your crawl space just to make sure it's still dry is a good habit.
Yeah, but one of the few concerns that, especially with resale homes, I think that's the number one thing that I've seen in inspections is water under the crawl space, and it's usually not a cheap repair.
Sure.
That's one nice thing about new construction is usually it's your house is good to go, and like Hayden installing those drains. But yeah, just a good thing for people to know about and be aware of, especially for those of you who live in Boise right now. Check your crawl space, make sure there's not water under there, and especially if you're getting ready to sell your house. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, always pop a look, take a look and just see, because the earlier you catch it, the cheaper and better it's going to be. And there's plenty of ways to help avoid it. So having gutters actually drain away from your home, not just like straight down from where the gutter goes down to, and things like that. But yeah, from here, right off the great room is the primary bedroom here. Really good space, plenty of space for king or queen size bed, nightstands, dresser, TV, because they do have some electrical hookups as well. And then what they do in most of their quick move-ins, and definitely the custom ones, they do have it pre-wired for a fan, so that's what that little plastic piece is. You could put a chandelier light, you could put a fan, but it's built in and ready for it, so you can go to your local lighting store and pick out a fan that would work for you if you need one in here. And then into the main bathroom. This is something I really like with theirs. Again, some people are gonna want no tub and a much bigger shower. Some people do want the actual full soaker tub with the smaller walk-in shower. But it is nice to at least have that as an option for a home in the 1,900 square foot range for those that really do want a tub and shower in their main bathroom.
Yep, and I think this is their first floor plan that does have a tub. Most of their smaller ones are going to have just a walk-in shower.
Yep.
And then everything above here will have the tub as well. So yeah, well, that is home number 1.
Yeah, and this, oh, go ahead.
Before we head to home number 2, which has the 3-car garage, it's actually a little bit more affordable than this, and we'll go over the price of this one here in a second. But like we mentioned at the beginning, me and Jesse, we're not here to just be transactional realtors, so shoot us a text, shoot us a call, shoot us an email anytime. We're really here to, especially for those of you watching this who might be first-time home buyers, or maybe during COVID you didn't get the guidance you wanted. We really want to be advisors and guidance and hopefully build relationships and friendships and guide you every step of the way. We want you to buy a house and at the end of it feel like I could do that again. I know exactly how the process works, and not real estate related. We want to help you out in any way that we can. So even if it's not real estate related, if you guys need help, if you need help cooking, I'll come cook you guys dinner.
You don't want me to, but maybe something else.
Yeah, Jesse will microwave some food for you, but whatever it is, we're seriously here to help you guys. So just always want to make that known, and we appreciate you guys watching. And then we do have a little friendly competition.
Yep.
Yeah, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, but also catch up and beat some of the other realtors here in the area. So if you could help us out with that, hit the subscribe button or drop your comments down below. Make fun of us, do whatever you want. Just would love to hear from you guys. So just wanted to touch on that.
So this particular home we just walked through, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, just over 1,900 square foot, is currently listed at $459,000, and we're in South Nampa, like we mentioned a little bit, in the Harvest Creek Hayden home community. So really good quick move-in option. No changes needed, but we'll go take a look at the next home, which has the 3-car garage, which is an awesome bonus for homes in this price range and really, really good for resale.
Yeah, and more affordable than this one. So let's go take a look at home number 2.
All right, it's a little loud, but we're out here at home number 2. Obviously, this one has the 3-car garage. It's a little bit smaller, 1 less bedroom, but it's also more affordable than the last one we saw. So let's get in here so you can hear me.
And I'm not screaming at you the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Hudson floor plan. Again, really all of theirs are popular. They're not a builder that has 100 different floor plans. Yep. They really specialize in, let's say, 5 to 8, depending on the community, and they know exactly what buyers are wanting. And actually, one really cool thing, since I've worked with Hayden Homes since in real estate over the last 8 or 9 years, they continuously get feedback from buyers and actually make changes every couple years, which I absolutely love. So sometimes you'll walk through a community with a model home that actually is not the current build out because they've made some improvements on it.
Yeah, and when we get in the kitchen, we can actually show you an example of what Jesse's talking about. So we'll show you guys that when we get into the kitchen.
But again, as you come into the entry of this one, it does have a nice little coat closet here right off the front. So that's nice to have to put some things away as the seasons change. But just like before, the arched walkways is really, really cool, and again, unique to Hayden Homes. And then the wide hallway. So again, you have wider than normal hallway here, which adds and makes it feel a lot more grand and spacious. And then again, this one being 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, you have your 2 guest rooms and your guest bathroom here. Nothing too different than the other home, but 1 bedroom's a little bit larger. This one might be a little bit larger as well, but pretty standard guest bedroom for these homes. And like Brady mentioned in the first one, you see these rounded or bullnose edges here, which is a nice touch. So
yep, and this house is actually in kind of the cul-de-sac, which is nice. And you can see the mountains from here for now a little bit, but being out here in Nampa, some of you guys who are local, I mean, you guys know the stigmas and things around Nampa, but I'd say we're out here in a pretty good area.
Yeah, this is the east edge of Nampa. So we're south, close to Lake Lowell, on the east edge of really where the developments and building has gone. So a straight shot up, roughly through a few roundabouts, but straight shot up to the freeway. And then east of here, you're gonna hit Cuna really quickly, or northeast from here, Meridian. But yeah, lots of development happening out here. So a lot of newer communities, which obviously bring a variety of different things, a variety of different demographics, from small families to retirees to first-time home buyers. So a really cool area out here, and it's growing rapidly. And these communities, like we've mentioned in almost every community we've featured the last few months, things are moving pretty quick. We just talked with the sales rep here, and really the last week or so for this particular community, things have just ramped up tremendously. And even out here, there's a ton of activity we're seeing while filming this.
Yeah, we just ran into people looking at houses out here.
Yep.
The rep had 2 people in this morning, has more tonight. And then this community, you can almost see Lake Lowell from here too. So for those that don't know about Lake Lowell or aren't familiar with it, there's some really cool outdoor activities that I think go unnoticed.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely underrated. I mean, it's closer to for most people than Lucky Peak.
Lucky Peak, yeah.
But there is a lot of other amenities out there. There's wildlife preserves. So actually, it was like 3 weeks ago, I was driving to one of the wineries, driving through Lake Lowell. There was 4 bald eagles just up there fishing the lake and up in the trees. And I mean, the people were stopped taking pictures, but it's just a really cool nature preserve in that area that is right in the middle of the Treasure Valley.
Yeah, and I don't think people really know about it. So it is nice being out here, and then Lake Lowell has a beach. It's not going to be your Bahamas, but in the summer you can go hang out on the beach and have the kids play in the lake. So it's a cool thing to have just literally right down the street. And then the rest of the house, I mean, heading in, so you have the 2 bedrooms up front, which is so standard in most houses. And then I'd say this is a unique feature of the Hudson floor plan right here, is this kitchen.
Yeah, it's still open, but it does have this little half wall here, which somewhat divides it and breaks it up, which I've heard, a lot of people actually like that it has a little bit more of a blockade here, but it also adds a lot more storage. It makes this island much larger. So this kitchen, compared to the last one, it probably has a little bit more overall cabinet space. Doesn't have the walk-in pantry, but does have a pretty cool shape to it where, you're out your sink, you're still facing the rest of, your family or guests.
Yeah, and then Jesse, do you want to show them what it would have looked like before they took the user feedback or the home buyer's feedback? Do you remember what it looks like? No, okay, so they flattened out all of their islands in their homes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about now?
Yes.
Yeah. So it used to be like a step up.
Yep. There would be 2 levels here, and you'd have a higher bar stool, you could say, and most people have complained about that or prefer it to be flat, 1 level. So they've changed all their current designs, and this may have been, I don't know, a year and a half or whatever it was ago, but from the 2-stepped island to now one level.
Yeah, so just an example of, and I'll touch quickly on Hayden, because obviously I live in Hayden, so I've been able to experience kind of their customer service and how much they care about people, but they do take your feedback and they want to make sure that you are fully taken care of. Their warranty team is absolutely amazing. They have one for their communities that you can reach out to. The sales rep in the community, they want to make sure that you're happy, and they send out a big survey a month after you move in, and they want to make sure everything in your house that you disliked is fixed before then, and they don't find out about it in the review. They're really easy to work with, and they really care about their community and people. They give back to the community, and they want to help people get into houses. And so just wanted to touch on that. We love our Hayden home and the quality, and it's one of my personal favorite builders. So.
Yeah, having those personal insights is huge and very helpful. So for our clients or anyone watching on the channel here locally or out of state, obviously reach out with questions about this builder or other communities, and we'd love to help. But especially for when we're touring more of the affordable home options, wanted to go through a little bit about the financing side and lending side. Obviously we're not mortgage lenders, but we know enough to speak to it a little bit. And the biggest one I wanted to really key in on is Idaho has one of the best down payment assistance programs in the country. For those local, you might not know about it. For those out of state, you probably don't at all, but Idaho Housing is a local government, department here that has down payment assistance programs where you can buy a home with as little as 0% down essentially. I think the true number is 0.5%, which can be covered with other things. So we have had clients literally come to closing with $0 or maybe getting a refund from their earnest money, which is huge. So what that means is you're able to get an FHA loan or a conventional loan, which typically would have 3 or 3.5% minimum down payment for zero down, because Idaho Housing would provide the down payment in a small loan that you'd be paying both off simultaneously, but it gets you into a home if you're able to qualify and afford the monthly payment with little to none out of pocket.
Yeah, it's an awesome program that, literally have clients right now doing it, and it gives a really cool opportunity so you don't have to save up for 2 years straight to save 20% down or 10% down or even 5% down. If you have the income to afford the payment, you can do it now. And there's always roommate options and brothers and sisters too to help with that stuff. We have other clients that have a roommate that they're going to pay rent, and that can help you afford that payment and start building that equity in your house. So lots of cool opportunities there.
Yeah, but again, that's something that's not as well known. So for those of you that feel like there's no way, there's not my future, I don't have 10, 20, 30, $50,000 in my bank that I'm ready to spend, that's not the end. You're not stuck if you're in that position. So if you have good income, you're working well in your career, you can afford the monthly payments, there's probably an opportunity where you might not have to bring any cash to purchase a home. So.
Yeah, and Jesse, when do you think a good time for them to talk with the lender or get pre-approved? Some people might think, I have to do that before I reach out to you guys or look at buying a house.
I mean, in general, reaching out to a real estate agent and a mortgage lender roughly around the same time is ideal, but it's not a requirement. So, we're not of the belief where you have to be fully pre-approved. We want to see all your finances before we meet in person or show you a home. Obviously, we want to, help guide you through what the general numbers look like, just so we're not going to go see something that's completely out of the realm of possibilities. But, if you feel like you have decent financials, you're paying either a current rent or maybe another mortgage on a different home, let's go see some homes. Let's talk through that, and then after our initial discussion, we can help direct you to a good lender option and actually dive into the details.
Yeah, and like we mentioned at the beginning too, is we want to guide and build relationships. So even if you have no clue if you can buy a house, come meet with us and we can put a plan in place, step by step, of like, hey, here's what you need to do to buy a house by next year or in the next 2 years, whatever it is. So keep that in mind. Don't be shy. You're not wasting our time. We love working with first-time home buyers, and we love setting those plans up to help you guys accomplish those goals. So.
Yep, exactly. Everyone starts somewhere, and we're more than happy and love to, again, work with first-time home buyers. So helping them understand the overall process, figure out where you're at currently, what the next steps are, and of course guide, educate you through this home buying journey. But more importantly than that, because obviously that's really important, after you buy a home is where we're still going to be there. A lot of times agents might not be, but we're going to stay in touch, hopefully be friends afterwards, and we're going to make sure that home that you're in is still a good fit. Obviously, once you become a renter to a homeowner, there's different responsibilities that we're more than happy to help educate and guide you on after the fact.
Yep, that's right. And then we'll take a look at the master, and then when we're in the master, we can talk to you guys about the prices in here versus maybe some of the other areas, and give you guys an overview of price ranges for Hayden.
Master bedroom here, similar to before, has the can lights, which is nice, and then it does have the pre-wired ceiling fan option there, so you could add that later on. This particular one, again, this is a move-in ready home. It does have a bigger backyard, which is good because it is kind of on that cul-de-sac. So this is a slightly larger lot, even though this is in a more affordable price. And it doesn't have any back neighbors. It does have the road there, but you have, maybe 50, 70 feet of buffer there between the fence line and the road.
Yep.
And then the main bathroom, dual vanities. Again, nothing over the top, which is actually something I prefer. So if you're buying your first home, you don't need to go all out and get all the upgraded finishes you need to at the very beginning. This is more than livable for, the foreseeable future. And if you really wanted to over time, you could start to upgrade these and essentially build in some equity over time, instead of feeling like you have to upgrade everything, break your budget just to have stone in the main bedroom or the main bathroom. Live with this for a while and save a little bit at the beginning, and maybe on your next home or in the future you can always, you know, spruce it up if you needed to.
Yeah, that's a good point. Toilet room there.
Yep.
Master closet there.
Yeah, good sized closet too.
Yeah, especially for a 1,600 square foot home.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, not bad at all. And then you got the walk-in shower there. And then price ranges for this house. So this house is listed at 440,000. Yep. So 3 bedroom, 2 bath. And then the Edgewood, which is 1,400 square feet. So the next step down is right around 400, 410 in here, depending on what upgrades you have. You could do it for less. You could do it for like 380 if you really wanted to, but. And then it goes all the way down to 350,000 in their Arlington, which is one of their smallest floor plans. But what's the price difference between, say, here in Nampa versus Kuna or Star or Meridian?
Yeah, so that's where Harvest Creek, I'd say the biggest benefit for this area would be a much lower price. So this exact same home in a Star or Meridian would be about 30, maybe up to $40,000 difference in price, or higher in price. So affordability wise, this area is going to get you your best bang for your buck, and does still have really good amenities for the actual location. Kuna would be very similar to that, a little bit in between, probably closer to $30,000 higher than where we're at here in Nampa.
Yep, so big price difference. Why we wanted to come out here and show you guys, these are some of the most affordable new construction homes in all of the Boise area. So I wanted to show you that. And it has pickleball courts and walking trails, and the community itself is amazing, as you guys have probably seen in some of the drone shots.
And for those of you who've made it this far, we have a last minute giveaway specifically for first-time home buyers. So if you are a first-time home buyer, comment below. The first 3 that write first-time home buyer, we'll send you guys a coffee gift card. And for those of you who maybe think Hayden Homes wasn't quite the right fit, here's another affordable community in Meridian, Gray Cliff by KB Homes. Some really cool homes out there, a little bit different design and style, but also still affordable.